Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Tech Cookie. I know it's been a while, but as always, I hope this recording finds you and your family well. And today, I thought I'd show you a new service we have. And so it kind of replaces an old service we have, so let's start there. We used to have a emagazine subscription service called RB Digital. Late this year, RB Digital essentially ceased to exist. They were acquired by another company, and so our consortium, Maine, decided in the interim at least to switch to this new product called PressReader. And I just wanted to go over how to use it really quick, so especially those of you who may have been using RB Digital, hopefully can make an easy transition. So to access PressReader, you can use our homepage. There's a link for it right on the main middle part of the page where all of our services are listed. You can also simply navigate your web browser to PressReader.com. And then once you're there, here where it has my name, you would actually see sign in. And that sign in would essentially have you enter in your library card and your PIN number after selecting Montville Library as your library. And once you've done that, you'll be able to log in and stay logged in. The one thing about PressReader that's a little different than RB Digital is that there is no checking out. You simply have full access to everything all the time. So you can access any of these publications whenever you want, as much as you want. And that also includes access not only in your web browser on your computer or laptop, but you can also download the free PressReader app on your iPhone, your Android phone, your iPad, or your tablet. And you can also access the service through that app with the same login information that you use to log in via the desktop or your laptop browser. Once you're inside, this is the interface. It's going to start with its sort of homepage, and then homepage is going to have the featured publications, and then it's also going to have your publications, and I'll show you how to create one of those in a minute. So let's say you wanted to read the Los Angeles Times. You simply click, and here's the Los Angeles Times. Now this is the January 15th issue, the current issue, the day that I'm recording this. And I would simply tap Read Now. And now I'm inside the actual newspaper. Now you'll notice the layout kind of mimics the actual physical newspaper. It's not sort of an electronic recreation. It's sort of a one-to-one scan of the newspaper from that day. And let's say I wanted to, read one of these stories. I could simply, you notice as I highlight the headline, it kind of turns green. I can go ahead and I can click that headline, and that's going to go ahead and load that story in more of an electronic format. So it's kind of like you're browsing the paper as you would in the real world, as if you were leafing through the pages. But then once you get into one of the stories, it turns it into a format that's more appropriate for reading on an electronic screen. So here's that story, Disneyland acts as Animal Pass program in a bid to manage crowds. You'll also notice down here on the bottom, there is sort of the sections of the paper. So like here's the opinion section, this is the LA Times, so here's the California section. And if I hover over one of these sections, that will also bring up all of the headlines from the paper that correspond to that section. So here I am in the California section, and here's an article about Jared Goff, who's a quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams NFL football team. And again, if I click any of these stories, they would expand into this bigger view up here. So it's kind of nice in the way that it lays out the navigation, because it really does feel more like you're interacting with the print version rather than some kind of recreation. Another thing you can do is if you go over here, you can go to publications by hitting the little, people call this a hamburger, these three lines. It's a context menu, I guess is the technical term. And that will give you categories of publications. So let's say you want to look at automotive automotive magazines or publications, you can go ahead and you can do that right from here. So let's say we wanted to look at Car and Driver. Let's see here. So here's Car and Driver. And again, this is the current issue. But you can also browse, and this works for the newspapers as well, you can also browse older issues as well, back issues. But let's say we did want to look at the current issue. We're going to go ahead and click Read Now. And here is Car and Driver. And again, the sections or the articles are laid out down here on this bottom navigation. But you can also flip through the pages, including all the advertisements exactly the way it appeared in the original paper version of the magazine. And again, you can also click on headlines in different stories to expand them. So let's say I wanted to read this editor's letter here, changes afoot. I can click on that headline, and bang, there's the story, again, reformatted for a more appropriate electronic format for an electronic screen. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to show you with this tool is if there's a publication you enjoy and you want to read over and over, you can just click Add to My Publications right here with the heart. Just go ahead and click that. The heart will turn green, which means you've added it. If you click on Publications in the context menu, you'll notice now that I had the Philadelphia Inquirer as a publication. Now I also have Car and Driver as a publication. And so that's it in a nutshell. Definitely feel free to continue to kick the tires on this new product. We all are. We're all getting used to it, us librarians included. You know, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a lot of fun reading newspapers and magazines from not only U.S., but all over the world in a bunch of different categories. For free, of course. Take care, and I'll see you next time.